Food fights, Jigsaw, and a tragic end to Jackie Aprile Jr. in the Sopranos Season 3 finale. Welcome back to Fog Entertainment. This one is Army of One. This refers to Tobin Bell's comments when AJ is going to be potentially drafted into his school, but when he speaks, all I hear is Jigsaw, but he's not really the biggest takeaway for this episode. It is Jackie Aprile Jr. Want to play a game, Jackie boy? Right, anyway, Jackie boy played too many games. He was in a housing project. Housing project in Bronton. And it's time to go. And I actually think the final nail in Jackie Aprile's coffin this episode is actually when he phoned Tony. And he's like, Tony, you gotta help me, Tony. You know what? I like Jackie Aprile as a character, but I think he's a whiny bitch. You're the guy that just fucking did this hit. And here you are, phoning the top man just to cry. You gotta help me, Tony. How about you fucking help yourself? See these people, though, that think they can go into hiding, like literally in the same neighbourhood. Like, he's in North Jersey. You need to go to Arizona.
You need to get the fuck out.
I don't understand. You're going into hiding. You don't sit.
You don't go 5 minutes down the street, like, you know what I mean, and hide in the house.
No, you absolutely do not.
You get in your car, you fill up the gas tank, you drive as far as you fucking possibly can. Yeah.
That is literally what you do. You drive away, but no, what does Jackie Aprile do? He goes hiding like 2 seconds down the road. We've got the actor here, who the black guy lets him in his apartment, is, what's his name? I can't remember his name, but he was in The Wire. Remember we made a fid on him, he died.
A lot of black guys in The Wire.
Aye, but he died. No, remember the guy?
That sucks for him.
Heroin overdose. Can't remember the actor's name. Terence Williams, I believe. We made a fid on him. Died like 2 years ago. R.I.P.
Oh, him, I do actually remember that.
I get scarred down his face.
I remember that.
Aye, him, right. So yeah, R.I.P. to him, but weird that he has like such like a shit, well, that wasn't a shit cameo, but he does nothing here, but then in The Wire, he's like one of the main characters. But yeah, the weird thing about this is Jackie Aprile's in hiding, but then when Ralph has like a sit down with Silvio and Polly, everyone knows that Jackie Aprile is here. So what we doing? Are we going to kill Jackie Aprile Jr. or are we not going to kill him? Tony then has like one final meet with Ralph about Jackie, and essentially it's like, well, you've got to do what you got to do. And then what happens then? Big fat fetal waddles like a fish. Jackie Aprile leaves the apartment. I've got to clear the head. He's walking down the road. There's a bit of snow every day when you're walking down the street. And then this big fat fuck whips out his pistol that looks incredibly small next to him, shoots Jackie in the head one time, and Jackie's dead.
And how did Jackie Aprile Jr. let this big fat fuck get the jump on him? This guy stealthed up from behind and took him out like a thief in the middle of the night. It's like, come on. This guy can barely walk. He waddled himself into position, got behind Jackie Aprile, one shot, boom. It's like, whatever happened to final words or having a vote or something like that?
But see,
Jackie Aprile, have you got anything to say? Why don't we get something like that? We get nothing like that?
No, I don't get though. Like
who gave the call?
The fanboys of this show will just defend this and
Was it Ralph? Did Ralph give the order?
Yeah, Ralph gave the order, yeah.
Can we see that?
No, I just see that.
Why?
But the fanboys, like, will just kiss the ass of this show and say, oh, but that's the mystique of it, you know. Nothing's cinematic. But it's a fucking TV show, man.
It's supposed to be cinematic, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I just don't get this.
We are out of the loop.
I think if you do everything non-cinematic, then it just loses the magic. Like, I'm not saying every death needs to be explosive here. I like deaths that are out of nowhere. But I feel like every death that we have seen up to this point in The Sopranos is literally out of nowhere.
This show pales in comparison, man, to Breaking Bad and Sons. It really does.
It does.
I mean, it can't even come close.
Like, Jackie gets killed here. There's no scene where he's trying to run away. I mean, I know him running away for this fetal guy wouldn't really last long because he escaped, but like, there's no panic, there's no running. And like, does he really think going out in broad daylight he'd be alright? He wouldn't be, right? Anyway, Jackie Aprile's dead. Carmela gets the phone call. This is after AJ gets expelled from school, and we get a funny scene where Tony's like, I provide for this family and this is what I get. And then AJ says, sucks for you, doesn't it? And then Tony, bam, he hits big AJ with a slap. I like that. Do you like that?
I liked it. Some tough love for Tony.
It was fucking deserved, right? I know now in 2023, you can't show discipline to your child. This is back in, 2001?
Yeah, maybe if Carmela wasn't constantly coddling her kids, they wouldn't turn out to be so bad.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not expecting Tony to fucking batter Meadow, but it's not like he uppercut it.
Well, I think he might have if he caught her in this episode, like. But
True, but it's not like he uppercut at AJ, and then when AJ was on the ground, he started stomping his head in. I mean, he hit him like half a slap. It wasn't out of order, was it?
A Soprano special.
It was a Soprano special, which was, I mean, off screen, buddy. But yeah, then Carmella goes to be with Jackie April's mom after he's dead, and then Tony's like, "You see, AJ." You see, you little dumb bastard?
That's gonna happen to you.
That's gonna happen to you.
You don't sort out your shit.
AJ then phones...
Yeah, but it could. See the path AJ's going down?
It could. You know, expelled for school.
No, but look at the kind of shit he's doing, like vandalising the school and all this stuff. Like, why can't that lead to when he's a few years older? Him finding a gun and trying to make a raid on a small poker game or something like that? It could easily happen.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's exactly what you've got.
I think Tony's just trying to stomp this behaviour out early on.
Yeah, we see Meadow break down about Jackie April's death. So the feelings are still there, buddy. And we may as well just wrap up Jackie April's funeral. Not wrap up the end of the episode, we'll wrap up his funeral. There's barely anyone there. And then you've got some guy on the phone, I believe it was, I can't remember his name. I think he was on the phone, right? And, like, you've got... what's her name? Ro April's like, "Hey Tony, wasn't like this back in the day when the Super Bowl was on." Obviously, this guy's making a bet on the phone. It's like, that's not a bit disrespectful.
Aye. Tony not tell him to get out?
Aye, told him to like leave and make the call. But no,
I think this guy deserved to
No,
stop.
I actually fucking hate about this show. One of my pet peeves. Literally every funeral they're at is because of like the crew, but yet they're all there pretending that they care. Does that not annoy you? I hate this fake shit. I hate to, like Walter White wouldn't go to the fucking funeral of Gustavo Fring, would he?
No, he'd be nowhere near it.
I just
He'd
honestly
be fucking happy he's dead and move on.
I get to, it's to like save face. It's like, oh, if they don't show up, something might actually happen here. We also have the FBI discussing what they're going to do next because Junior's cancer's in remission, which means, here, Rico trial's not really doing too good for him and his house arrest has been cancelled. So what are we going to do with Big Junior? How are we going to open up any more incriminating evidence? We could do it maybe through Christopher Moltisanti. He's moving through the ranks, and how are we going to do it with him? We're going to go after Adriana. So that's where they bring in Agent Deborah and she like becomes friends with Adriana. So, right, here we are at the end of season 3. Does Adriana strike you as the sort of dumb fuck that could flip?
Absolutely.
So there you go. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. The other thing this episode, like I said, we had Jigsaw. I like Tobin Bell as an actor. I think he's a very good actor. I think he's a great actor, but I just can't unhear Jigsaw.
Yeah, anytime I see this guy in a role, it's Jigsaw.
And this is before Saw.
Yeah.
Like, he was talking to AJ, he was like, if that man smokes, that's in his responsibility. He'd have a bear trap on his head, AJ. It literally just sounded like, I was expecting AJ to get strapped down here and killed. And then we've got the other beef this episode, right? So Paulie thinks he's owed $50K by Ralphie. And Ralphie's late to this sit-down, and Paulie's like, you're late. And he's like, yeah, if I was on time tomorrow, but you'd be stupid forever. Buried Paulie across the head here. Ralphie talks about here, Paulie isn't really owed anything, but I accept that his nephew was there and he's owed a wee stake, so how about 4,000? And then he's like, fuck that, 50. Then Tony's like, how about 12, big man? And Paulie can't believe...
Paulie doesn't want 12 though.
Yeah, he thinks 12's completely unacceptable, but then Silvio's like, nah, that's what the boss has said. The made man has made the decision.
No,
the sit-down is over.
No, I think's pathetic. Silvio's sitting here, right? Without any sort of opinion, any backbone, anything to add to the conversation. But as soon as Tony speaks, Silvio just backs that up.
Yeah, I get it, he's the underboss, but it's still pathetic.
Why can't Silvio turn around and say to Paulie, yeah, actually, you know what, I think you've got a point. I think it's worth more than 12 grand. Or why can't he turn around and say to Paulie, you know what, Paulie, I think 12 grand's very fair considering what's happened. But he can't give his own opinion. He just repeats what Tony said.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're getting 12 grand, not because I think it's fair enough or I think it's not fair. You're getting 12 grand because Tony said you're getting 12 grand. Holy fuck. Silvio, can you not just voice your own opinion rather than just repeating what Tony said?
No, this sit down didn't need Silvio. I just needed Tony in the middle. But you know what, right? Paulie thinks he's owed 50k, right? Whether he's not, whether he's due that or not, at the end of the day, he's viewing this as Tony hoovering 38,000 off him, and I think you can clearly see here that it's the end of the road. Now, the thing is, the take that they got for this was 100,000. Ralph's crew pulled this off, and it's not really explained well. It's more like it literally just appeared this episode, and we had it the wake as well. Paulie's like, here, did you speak to Ralphie about my 50k? And Jesus.
I know, I thought it was incredibly disrespectful.
But I think that's just another example of these guys don't give a fuck about these people who die. I get it. Jackie Aprile, hit them at this thing, but there's other examples, man. But you don't get the vibe that these guys care about each other.
Considering how important his dad was, you think people would have a bit more respect?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what Tori said to him. Here, I'm here to bury my best friend's son, boy. But anyway, this is wrapped up. Paulie's only getting 12k, he's 38k short, and of course he wants to put his mum in a nursing home. So not going too well for him.
Did you not say it was 100k that Ralph got for that, his crew got for that deal?
Yeah, and
that's between them.
And Paulie's wanting 50.
So Paulie wants 50 to himself, and then Ralph and his crew have to, fight between for what? A bit of information?
Yeah, no, come on.
Paulie, just you get stuck to getting fucking left behind in the fields.
Got a bit of mayonnaise on your chin, boy. Carmela's not too happy though about AJ going to military school. Oh, they're going to train him into professional killer. Really? Is it really like that? I think this military
school... Teach him a bit of discipline.
Here, I'm not saying make him go through 10 years of this, but I think a couple of months wouldn't hurt him.
No?
I mean, the guy didn't even know 0530 meant. 5:30 in the morning. Like, what an absolute tool. And then Jigsaw's like, that's your biggest takeaway for what I said. 0530. What are you doing, you dumb fuck? Anyway, let's get to Jackie Aprile's burial. He's getting buried. Then, the FBI decide to turn up. They arrest Christopher, and Silvio. Junior appears, and he notices this. He jumps in the car and drives off. And then Big Bobby's like, what are you doing? What are you doing, Junior? You need to get me, Junior! Junior! Meadow is then involved in an argument with Jackie's sister, Kelly, and also this cousin. What did you make of this? Oh, our dads are in the garbage business. I can't believe you're discussing this business to outsiders. Fucking slap the head off all three of them.
Yeah, I know. I mean, well, Meadow knows that they're not really in the garbage disposal business, but I guess she's got to try and save face here. Wasn't sure who the other person was, to be honest.
I think it's
just a needless scene that I didn't really need.
But see, Meadow is so adamant, against the mafia and shit, but
she was defending it here.
Yeah, she's like a mini Carmela in that sense. But anyway, the funeral then heads over to Artie's restaurant for a luncheon. Everybody's happy here. Paulie is fuming though on the outside. He goes to speak to Johnny Sack, and Johnny Sack's like, maybe you could give New York some of your services. So could you see Paulie betraying the crew? Or could you see him not going?
Is it really betraying? Can you not get a transfer or?
Nah, but maybe he wants to stay and give them information or something. But they're on good terms right now, so I don't really understand what is going on here. But anyway, let's see what happened. Back inside, Junior says that Jackie Aprile Jr. was a dumb fuck. Didn't he almost drown one time in 3 inches of water at the Penguin exhibit? Fuck, I mean, what is it with burying this guy at his own funeral?
I mean, he's already getting buried like he's already dead. Let's just cut back on the criticism here.
Yeah.
The piss at him.
Junior then stands up. He's like, fuck it, let's let live. He starts eating some bread, and then he sings Corn Ingrato, which means ungrateful heart in Italian. Everyone is touched. Everyone is like, oh, what a send-off for Jackie Aprile Jr. Meadow then starts throwing bread. She starts throwing napkins, everything. Tony then runs after her. And then she's like, that whole funeral, it's bullshit. Then she runs across the street, almost gets run over, and then Tony returns, and then Junior just starts singing. And that's how season 3 ends. For me, the definition of lackluster. What is this fucking ending? It's not even like Meadow got hit by a car and it was a cliffhanger. It's like she backed up, the story that Carmel and Tony's fed her whole life, and then here at this funeral, she completely disrespects Jackie and also Junior and her dad and literally everyone else that was there. What side of the fence is she on?
Fuck knows, but it wasn't a good episode. I thought it was very poor.
I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. fair. I mean, honestly, Rotten Tomatoes dishing it 100% for this season. Fuck, I think they need to sort their ratings out. I've never liked Rotten Tomatoes, to be fair, but I'm giving it a 4. What are you giving it?
Probably the worst season so far. I think I definitely preferred 1 and 2.
I'm giving the episode a 4. We'll get to the season rating in a wee minute.
Not the greatest episode either. Definitely been better episodes this season. I'll give it a 5. 5. Aye, 5.
Right, I'm going to give the season overall a 6. I think the overall story is pretty garbage, but I think there is some standalone episodes that are great. But for me, I'm about the story throughout the season. I'm not for one-off episodes being great and then back to reality. So for me, I'm giving the overall season. I'm giving the overall season a 6. What are you giving the overall season?
6, I think's fair.
6 is fair.
I'll stick with a 6.
4.5, guys, is the episode rating though, and we'll be back not soon for season 4. There will be a bit of a time skip.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit, not a time skip, but
there's a time
delay,
skip between season 3 and 4. I think it's about a year and a bit. The Twin Towers will be knocked down in the intro for the show.
That's a bit grim, like, isn't it? I mean,
it will be. But for us, we're taking a break. We're at the halfway point. It's time to take a break. Bring all these theories to life, and there's other shows to enjoy out there, isn't there?
there's better shows than The Sopranos to be watched.
So until then, guys, peace.